Forbidden dreams. The first time Arya dreamed of him, she woke with her thighs slick and her pulse hammering against her throat like a guilty secret. She was 28, engaged to a man named Elias, who smelled of clean laundry and quiet ambition. Their apartment was pale and orderly. Their future was already mapped in mortgage calculations and tasteful invitations. Arya told herself she was content. She almost believed it, until the dreams began. He never gave a name. In the dream, he simply was. Tall, dark-haired, mouth curved in a knowing half-smile that made her feel stripped even before her clothes vanished. The first night, he only watched her across a corridor of shifting black water. The second night, he stepped closer. By the third, his hand was already sliding up the inside of her thigh, while her body arched and her mouth opened on a sound she would never make in the waking world. She tried to stop them. She drank bitter tea, meditated, took melatonin until her tongue felt coated in chalk. Nothing worked. The dreams only grew denser, more deliberate, as if something on the other side had learned the shape of her hunger and refused to release it. One night the corridor became a house that had never existed. High ceilings, rain against glass, the low amber light of a fire that cast his shadow long across the floor. He stood behind her. His breath touched the nape of her neck. "You're not supposed to want this," he murmured, voice rough with something older than language. "That's why it tastes so good." His fingers found the buttons of her blouse with unhurried precision. Each one he opened felt like a small betrayal. When the fabric slipped from her shoulders, the cool air of the dream kissed her skin, and she shivered. His palms followed, cupping her breasts, thumbs brushing her nipples until they hardened against his touch. Arya's head fell back against his chest. In the waking world, she was careful, measured, almost shy. Here she was, already wet, already aching. He turned her, kissed her like he was claiming territory. Tongue and teeth and the low sound he made when she bit his lower lip in answer. His hand slid between her legs, 2 fingers pressing into the heat of her without preamble. She gasped into his mouth. He stroked her slowly, deliberately, the heel of his hand grinding against her clit while his fingers curled inside her. The orgasm came too fast, sharp and humiliating in its intensity. She came with her forehead pressed to his shoulder, thighs trembling, a broken sound torn from her throat. When she woke, the sheets were twisted and damp. Elias slept beside her, peaceful and unaware. Arya lay staring at the ceiling, heart still racing, cunt still pulsing with aftershocks. Shame burned under her skin. So did want. The dreams refused to remain dreams. She began to find traces in the real world. A black feather on her pillow that had not been there when she slept. The faint scent of wood smoke and rain on her skin in the morning. Once, a bruise in the exact shape of a mouth on the inside of her wrist. Elias asked if she had hurt herself. She lied without hesitation. Then the house from the dream appeared on a street she had never walked before. She stood across from it at dusk, heart in her throat, and watched the windows glow with that same low amber light. She told herself to turn around. She climbed the steps instead. The door opened before she knocked. He was waiting in the hallway, real and solid and impossibly familiar. No longer a shifting dream shape, flesh, heat, the same half-smile. "You came?" he said. Arya's voice was barely a whisper. "What are you?" "The part of you that stopped asking permission." He stepped closer. "The part that already belongs to me." She should have run. Instead, she let him back her against the wall. His mouth found hers with the same ruthless tenderness she already knew by heart. This time, there was no dream softness to blur the edges. His hands were rough, his body hard. When he lifted her, she wrapped her legs around his waist without thinking. Her skirt rode up. His fingers pushed her underwear aside and found her soaked. "Fuck," he breathed against her neck. "You've been aching for this." He carried her to a bedroom that smelled of rain and old books, laid her down, stripped her with a patience that felt like punishment. When he finally sank into her, thick and deep, Arya cried out, half relief, half terror. He fucked her.